Okay, you got TikTok notifications now. There you go. Just set up the YouTube stream as well. Why not? Putting the tags on the stream so people can find it. And away we go. It's not been the easiest day of trading, I've got to admit. Still looking red, but we've clawed most of it back with well, I'd say most of it back. We've clawed all of the red box, not red box, all of the Revlon deficit back and a bit besides. So we've had an $8,000 swing, about $8,000 swing in our favour with Revlon, but we're still red on the day. So, yeah. I did trade at ADN again and lost, so swings and roundabouts. Okay, so we're trading the power hour. Revlon not looking the sweetest, but looking like it's trying to break highs. We might go in for Revlon again. Well, you've got an hour yet. It's not great for volume though. I did warn you. CEAD. Revlon. The one. Yeah, I think it's one of those days. A lot of people are red today, and it's not been a particularly bad trading day as such. I think it's just one of those days. There's been plenty moving. There's plenty of volatility in the market. And we've not been getting over this $250 level pretty much all day. So why not? I figured I'd give it a try. I rejected this $250 level since lunchtime, basically. Again. We're going to break 625 into the close. Come on, there we go. There's 630. That's a good lad. There's a good girl. What we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. That's a nice pop. Lovely little pop. Lock some profits in. We've got put a stop at break even. I see this break the $50. Nice. There we go, we're testing the $50. up to 35. All of this. No, you're all right, Chelsea. You don't look like the type that's interested in the stock market. Sorry to say. Oh, we got stopped out. Okay, so where does that leave us? 2.5 grand down on the day. Let's see. No, G-Box. No. Really, it's just Revlon. GameStop's not had a bad day. Test that $0.50. We're gonna get it. Close. Again. What was the weirdest thing I've just seen? Come on, hit that $0.50 on the bid. Looking for $0.50 on the bid. Break. There we go. Take 250 off. Lock in some gains. Put a 10-cent stop there. So we're a little over break even on the rest of the 5,000. No, I don't live in Blackpool. No, sorry. I've not made it all up yet, but there's time. We're currently 2,300 down going into this trade. I'm going to try and test $7. Pushing my stop a little bit, like kind of trailing it with 10 cents. That stopped me out. So we made $6,000 on Revlon today. We're 830 in the hole. Oh, my OCD is just taking over right now. So we're only 830 in the hole. Don't like that topping. Don't like that topping tail though. Not a good sign for an entry. So, guys, just tap the screen 10 times if you're in TikTok. Well, considering we're 10,000 down earlier today, having a red day right now at $830 is not so bad. Well, I say $830. I've got transaction and a couple of thousand in the hole with transaction fees and the likes, but still, it's better than the 10K. Hey, user, hey, Raya. So I got in here at 620 and looking for it. I don't like that look. I do not like that pattern. I don't like this topping tail, and I don't like this on the 2 minute we've got devil's horns. But, bit of a doji, and that doji gives us the devil's horns, so that's suggesting reversal right now. I'm not comfortable getting in there until it breaks $7. 151 million shares traded today of Revlon. Top mover right now. Okay, so we've had that move up. Waiting for a pullback. Tomorrow afternoon, 7%. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but if you want to elaborate on that. Good for you, Superpower. I believe Shiba has had a good day today. Where's my trading view? Bitcoin, I'll put Shiba Inu versus on Coinbase. Oh yeah, it's been motoring today. So this is your Shiba Inu. Here's your Shiba Inu today, motoring. So it's quite overbought on the RSI though. Watch for a reversal. And Bitcoin, similar upwards moves on Bitcoin. Ethereum's been upwards, back over 1100 on Ethereum. Cardano's not quite. Oh, it broke over 50 cents today. Cardano. And XRP is over 33. So crypto's had a good day. Right about the reversal though. Got to pay heed to these exit indicators, guys. If you're in a trade and it starts to slow down, you look for the exit indicators. If you get stopped out, don't just think, okay, it's moving back up, I'm going to jump back in. Look for the exit indicators. And the first exit indicator is if you get stopped out. Obviously. Now, I don't mind this moving back up and trying to retest this $7 area. Maybe get a flat top before we turn around. So I need to see it break $7 before I get back in. Okay. Can't leave this with $800 down. Welcome to Power Hour, by the way. I didn't welcome you all to Power Hour. It's getting a bit dark. I put the light on. There we go. I can see me now. I've just traded Revlon today, nothing else. It would have been a good day. Hey, Alistair. Lemons to the moon. Would I short it? Hell no. still looking strong. And I tend not to short anything over the VWAP unless it's really extended. And this is still looking very strong right now. But the best time to short something is when it's underneath the VWAP and in a downwards trend, or when you get the reversal, it's super extended, and you get the reversal. And anyway, I can't short this. I can't short Revlon today. It's not shortable. According to my my information. Getting lower highs, lower lows. Might be a little bit delayed, but that reversal, those exit indicators look to be paying off. Like I say, pay heed to the exit indicators. Let's see what. Is there anything else moving? Doesn't look like it. CEAD moved so much. How I lost money on CEAD, I don't know. Makes no sense. Clovis. Oh, that's just a little low price stock. Can't get Green Giant. I need to put my filters on here. I see those sub 2K stocks. On this one as well. Volume. All right. So CEAD selling. GME sideways. S&P 500 having a great day today. Your S&P 500 on the 15-minute. You see, it's been rangy, but it gapped up and it's increased its gap. Well, that's good. Potentially bullish for tomorrow as well, by the looks of it. Finishing strong. Nice. Yeah, I can't really see a pattern there. See the descending. I can see it's a nice flag on the 2-minute. Beautiful flag on the 2-minute. Look at that. Beautiful flag. Narrowing pennant. The 2-minute. Coinbase was motoring. It was a little bit more expensive though, Coinbase. So, but it's had a good day. Absolutely. Yeah, not quite break even yet, Owen, and that doesn't take into account commissions and charges I've racked up across the course of the day either. But it's better than a 10k loss at least. 85. Looking for 85. This one is 83, so 85 is what I'm looking for. 84. Because we're not getting any lower lows, lower highs I can deal with. I have a bullish flag. A breakout sooner or later. AMC is red on the day. No. Rising, considering GME is green. They usually are hand in hand. How's everybody else doing? You find it difficult today? It's been choppy, guys. Let me know in the chat. If you're trading, what have you traded? Where are you finishing? Are we going to get this flag breakout, or is it just going to keep going? I think lower lows now, which is kind of I'm watching it on the 2 minute, by the way. So this downward flag is looking very interesting. Typically, these would break upwards. Now we're getting the lower lows coiling under this trend line. Draw this trend line down here. Doesn't help when the trend line doesn't want to draw. Draw the flaming trend line, would you? There you go. Not playing ball at all. What's going on here? I draw a ray line, but the trend line I'll have to do. Well, that didn't. It broke through the trend line, but then flushed. Question is, where will it find support? The nearest level is like $0.25. Under 25 cents to fall. Will it find support at the $0.50? That's the question. We didn't get to 690. That's the thing. Handle on here only got to 685. even so, we didn't, like I say, we didn't get to 690. That's that the descending resistance was not unexpected after the exit indicators we got here, but I expected it to break up. Typically, it will break upwards until we started getting these lows, lower lows. It's here. Back to the 1 minute. Nice hammer there. That's still bullish. $60. Getting a bit of selling pressure. What else can I make some money on today? Let's have a look at TRHC. We halted? No, just a blank. Don't like the look of that. Volume, 12K volume. 16K on a 5 minute. Not enough volume for me. It's moving up, but not enough volume. Macrogenetics, MGNX. Let's have a look at that one. Going back a little bit. Not really got the range or the volatility. Look, I think it's going to be a red day. We've got half an hour left. The fighting back there. Well, I'm going to be disappointed to finish red on the day after fighting back from 10K down. I do. Don't. Please, guys, don't talk to me about options. It's particularly with Tesla. No, I do trade options. It's if I see a good swing trade, I might swing it with options because obviously you get better leverage, less exposure. So my problem with options is very often I will not take profit, and then the contracts just expire worthless. So, like I always say, nobody goes broke taking profit, and that's my problem. The thing is with Tesla is it defies logic. It really does. Okay. Futu Holdings. Currently 51.87. Smaxy. 51.87, 51.85. It's not. The volume at the moment is not great. I mean, on the 1 minute, we're talking like 4,000 shares. It's not great. And the volume, the biggest volume bar at the moment on the 1 minute is 11,000. So it's kind of died off. Lots of bullish flow coming in. Where you're seeing that, there's no volume coming in at all. I'm not seeing any bullish flow coming into Futu. It's actually kind of selling off. You've got the reversal indicators up here, and third red candle in a row on the 5 minute. got the bullish hammer there, but it's just not enough volume to take a trade on that. It's just not enough volume. Given that we've got half an hour before the market closes, you want to try and find something that's actually going to give you a move. The options doesn't. Okay, so now I understand what you're saying. Now I understand what you're saying, Smaxy. You're saying check out the options chain. Well, this is not options. The options chain. I don't use options. I don't trade options with DAS. I use interactive brokers to trade options. So I use their options chain. And funnily enough, the options don't impact the price action. You can trigger a squeeze, but they don't impact the price action. That's the thing. So if you can buy as many options as you want, and it's not going to impact the price action. Might get people following the options momentum, but intraday it doesn't impact the intraday price action. So I thought you was talking about intraday trading. This is a day trading channel, trading intraday. Yeah, I'm happy to talk about options, but please, if you're going to start talking about options, let's be clear about it. So I'm not mistaking with regards to the actual subject matter of this channel. All right. Okay, so is anybody seeing anything that I'm not? That's the question. Right. Off. Get 660. $59 on the ask. 59 on the bid. There we go. Take a little bit off. A 10-cent trailing stop in place. Let's see how high it goes. Got 5,000 shares and a 10-cent trail. This could take me green. This is going to take me green on the day. Got stopped out. Yes. Who the man? I'm green on the day. $420. Yes, I know it's not huge amounts. I get it when I consider, but put it into perspective. I was $10,000 down at what, 4 hours ago, 4.5 hours ago. So that's a result in my book. I can't complain about that. Gone. I'll take a look at it whilst this is pulling back. I made a little bit of a pop top of the hour. It's consolidating now. Doesn't look like it's Not huge volume though. It popped up at the top of the hour. It wasn't on huge volume, like 28,000 shares a minute. So ideally, I want to be seeing like 100,000 shares a minute, for really, or at least 300,000 every 5 minutes or something like that. Look at this on the 5-minute chart. See where the volume is. A huge spike in volume there, and nothing. Just the volume's not great. I really need. I can't be. I've just got green on the day, so I can't be lax in the next trade if I take another trade, because I want it to follow through. This one was a good one. I didn't get in because the break was being like 43, so I didn't get in. I waited for the confirmation at the $0.50. That's when I got in and rode it up. So when we put the 10-cent stop in place, we got stopped out when it pulled back. But that's okay. When you look at the volume here, 1 minute candles, 800,000 shares in a minute, 1 million shares in a minute. This candle here that's pulling back is like 350,000 shares. So that's what we're looking for. I'm using multiple time frames. I've got, at any one time, I can see at least 5 time frames on the ticker. So I've got the 1 minute, which I use for micro entries. I've got the 2 minute for confirmation, and also looking for patterns slightly higher time frame. I've got the 5 minute, and in terms of support and resistance, I'm using the daily and hourly, 60 minute and daily. How did I see that one? So we got the fast pullback, a bit of consolidation, this pullback, and then it started to move up. So rather than taking the candle, making a new high here, is a little bit more evident on the 2 minute. I'll put it on the 2 minute. You can see what we've got here. We have the sell-off here. We had the break of this trend line, the sell-off, then a bit of a consolidation. No candles make a new high. Then we get the doji, which is usually a reversal sign. So on the 2 minute, you're looking for the next candle to make a new high, which would have been about here, 43 or 44. That's a little bit too close to the $0.50 resistance psychological level for me. So I waited for it to break the $0.50, and that's when I entered in. I hope that answers the question, Chesney. Pulling back now. Potential, this moves up, potential cup and handle type scenario. I'm gonna look at it that way. Got this resistance here at 85, which I've had a few times now. Have I heard of the super trend indicator? No. Well, is that the latest newfangled dangle that predicts every move like 3 moves ahead? The answer is no, I've not. But every indicator, everybody that pens an indicator tries to tell you that it is the best indicator since sliced bread, and they'll show all these back testing results of how accurate it is. And you can tweak your indicators and the algorithm on an indicator to suit your back testing results, to suit your back testing data. And that's what everybody does. They think, okay, well, I'll tweak it so it's going to be right going forward if it works backwards, but it doesn't. And they kind of get puzzled as to why, hang on a minute, it was 95% accurate on back testing data when I back tested it, but why is it not accurate now going forward in a live scenario? And the simple answer is the majority of these indicators are lagging indicators. They tell you what's happened. They don't tell you what's going to happen. And there is the problem. So when you backtest the data, it can tell you exactly what's happened, and it can predict you because the algorithm is configured for the data rather than the other way around. So it can then tell you what has happened. It's not going to tell you what's going to happen, which is what I don't mind using indicators for confirmation. A lot of people put too much, for me, in my opinion, put too much weight on indicators for exit and entries and support and resistance and all this kind of thing. They'll use different EMAs or SMAs or whatever. And I prefer to use the price action as the primary indicator for exits and entries, and I'll use the indicators for confirmation. So if I'm using an RSI, I'm looking for reversals, for example. I'm looking at something that is really extended. I'll look at the RSI. I might even use Bollinger Bands, which is what I was doing with crypto this last week. Looking for something that candles closing outside the Bollinger Bands, really extended on the RSI, oversold on the RSI, and then that's the cue to get in on a longer time frame, obviously, because I'm talking about the crypto that for entries there. Correct. There we go. The price and the volume. So, and the only reason that and they are lagging slightly, but only ever so slightly. We're talking fractions of a second. So it's as good as real time. Of course, depending on your connectivity. Well, I'm really pleased. I was a bit disappointed earlier, but I'm really pleased. Although I'm still in the red in reality, to get back to a green day, I'm happy with that. Thanks to Revlon. The indicator is your gut feel. Flick a coin. Am I going long or short? Flip a coin. Okay, so is this? Okay, if it breaks, I'm gonna put another go. 70. Oh. Almost didn't get filled then. Looking for 85. I did 85, yeah. Take 84. Yes, you do, MC. It's only a small amount. It won't cover the costs, the transaction costs, but it is green. For now. For the continued move up, very much cup and handle setup. There we go. I get rejected again at 85, so I'm going to look for 83 or 84 on the ask, 83 on the bid. That's what I'm looking for. Trading. Well, I was out earlier. When I closed the earlier stream down, I always go out, took the dog for a walk, went and did a bit of shopping. Came back, had some food. Okay, it's not going quickly enough for me. I'm gonna get a little bit of profit. And that's why. Okay, so somebody might be asking, okay, Tony, how did you predict that? How did you know that was about to happen? Well, I didn't, is the first thing, but I did know it was about to reverse. So I got an exit indicator, which was this little doji. The price action, the movement slowed down while I was in it. We got the little doji, closed doji, and that's usually a reversal indicator. So we were finding it difficult to get past 680. There were a few sellers at 680. So that's why I exited. I didn't expect it to flush the way it did, but I didn't know it was going to flush the way it did, but I did expect it to reverse. So pay attention to your exit indicators, guys. It can save you a lot of money because I didn't have a stop in place. So if I didn't have a stop in place, that would have been a good 30-cent move, and that would have cost me $1,500. 40-cent move. Cost me $2,000, that could. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind when it's like that. You know, if you get green on the day, like I say, it's not covering the cost of the transaction fees, but if you get green on the day, you feel like you've accomplished something. It's the challenge. It's not just about making money every day. That's nice, but when you find yourself in a bit of a red hole, and I'm not trusting this because if you look at the little M, double top M pattern, that's basically saying, oh, we're done. So I'm not trusting Revlon right now. AMC, you're looking like you're doing something. What are you trying to do, AMC? Nice, there's a bit of a topping tail on the 2-minute. Seven tickers today. I know I'm over trading. I know what I'm over trading. I should have just been trading. I shouldn't have traded Aeroclean. Categorically, it wasn't set up to trade. I just traded it on the back of it's been good to me. So Aeroclean didn't have enough volume to trade it. CEAD, I probably should have waited for a better entry. Look at the way CEAD moved today. I should have been profitable with CEAD, but I just got a bad entry there. ADN, I was 1800 up on ADN at one stage. I was 1800 up on ADN. But it gave it back and then some. Go figure. Okay, Soundhound. No, that's not looking at that. Let's have a look. What else have we got? Revlon. Xenon. No. Revlon. Ardus. Radius Health. Hitting the scanners. No volume, not enough volume. Nice looking daily chart. Strong looking daily chart. Massive cup and handle there. There was. It broke out. On the daily I'm looking at. Sorry. Big cup and handle. And broke out. That's looking quite good, is that one, Radius Health. Back to Revlon on the 1 minute. Not comfortable with that at all right now. Okay, I think I'll stick with the 570. Call it a day. 10 minutes to go. AMC motoring. Check out AMC, guys. About to go green on the day. Nice. Go apes. This would have been a nice little entry here at 12.47. 5 cents off it. The bullets always miss me. I'm bulletproof. Titanium. Okay, looks like we're starting this week. Well, we've only got 3 days this week. Me riding. That's massive. That's a massive reversal on AMC. That one. Yeah, I think we're done now. Pretty much done. Looking very bearish now. If you put it on the 2 minute, bit of a double top formation as well. So I'll say that's probably done to the upside, given that we've only got 8 minutes left. I think I'm done to the upside. This guy. That's a messy chart. Range. Yeah, so error clean only traded 6 million shares today. Stick to your strategies, guys. If you've got a strategy, stick to it. Every time I deviate from my strategy, I lose money. Should have been probably 10k up this today. At least. Yeah, no, absolutely, AMC. It's trying. Don't like this. I don't like this. Like this shooting star though. Always dangerous when you get one of those. Big one too. When would I stop trading for good? That's a good question, Chesney. It really is. I don't know. I enjoy it. When I stop enjoying it, I guess. No, it's difficult to get that kind of leverage in a margin account, in an equities account. I trade with 6 times leverage with capital markets. I trade in interactive, I get 4 times leverage. So it's between 4 and 6 times. But with capital markets, I trade with 6 times leverage. You've got to be wary of what you're. In fact, I don't think I've used any leverage at all today. I don't think any of my positions have been over my equity position. So, decent place with my equity. So over 150k is equity at the moment. So go back to what you were saying, Chesney. When would I stop trading for good? If I'm comfortable, if I'm financially secure, and I no longer enjoy it, then I'd probably stop doing it. At the moment, I really enjoy doing it. I enjoy teaching it. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy the benefits of trading. I find it very interesting. And if you've got an analytical mind as well, it helps. If you suffer a little bit from, Asperger's or autism or something, that might help as well. I don't. I hope I don't. Never been tested for either of those. Well, funnily enough, I was talking to one of them last week, and she's stoked. She's just set up her own business, not trading. She just set up her own business. She's in the States. She just set up her own business in the managed service space, sales business, and good luck to her. But yeah, a lot of people that I did know beforehand, they thought I was a bit silly, not because I was offered some very lucrative positions to get back into the roles that I was in before. I was a regional vice president for a software company for Europe, Middle East, and Africa, and I turned down a couple of job offers with good companies. Would have been at this time last year, as it happens, and some people that recommended me for the jobs, because those kind of roles that usually come via a referral. So a few of those people that recommended me, why would you not go for it? They were offering you above market rate. I'm like, I'm working for myself. There's no leverage on DAS. So DAS is not a broker. DAS is a trading platform. You get the leverage from your broker. No, Ameritrade is you can get access to Think or Swim using a VPN, but you can't use Ameritrade as a broker. So no, not quite, Chesney. I was on quite a handsome salary, let's just say that much. But this month, it wouldn't be far off half a year's salary at the moment. But I'm not. It's the stresses that I get from trading are the stresses I put upon myself. There's no deadlines. There's no need for me to report into somebody, report due, and all this kind of stuff. There's no reliance on other people to hit goals. So when you've got a team working for you, it's great to do the mentoring, and it's great to coach and develop people. But when you're reliant on other people to hit your own goals, that can be quite stressful as well. I'm back. I'm what's known as an IC, an individual contributor. I contribute. I met my own goals now, set my own goals, ambitious goals, and I think I'm back on track to hit my 7-figure number for the year, which was my goal at the beginning of the year. I wanted seven figures in profits this year, and I'm back on track for that as it stands today. Just need to continue to average 5k a day, which today I'm not doing. But also, I don't have to worry about taking days off. If I'm not feeling like I'm trading, if I'm not feeling up to it, then I'll just take a day off. I'll have a long weekend. I'll put the dog in a kennel and I'll go off to Marbella for a weekend if I want to. I'm trying to avoid going to the Costa del Crime though, because I'll end up house hunting. Funny you should say that, Willis. That happened to me just last week. They were offering me a 40% of what I made. I'm like, well, why would I go 40%? I mean, you'd think it would be at least 50%. Why would I go 40% when I can make 100% for myself? But there are some. There's the end of the day, but there are some good. There are some good companies like TradeNet Academy is quite good, where you know they will stump up the capital, and you stump up a portion which accounts for the risk, you know, so that you don't have any drawdown, so that you've got skin in the game, and they'll give you a big account to trade with, and that's not bad, and they'll give you like 70-75% of the profits. That's not bad. See the link in my link tree. But if you've got your own, if you're trying to get into the market, that's okay. If you've got your own equity like I have now, there's no need for me to trade for somebody else when I can trade for myself. Well, not really. See, the thing is, sticky tocky. Okay. Your banks, what they would give you an element of risk, but if you're going for a mortgage, like for example, if I go for a mortgage, for me to get a, let's say, a 90% mortgage or an 85% mortgage, going to be difficult, because unless I can show that I've already got that equity there, I can use equity as like to guarantee the mortgage on, in addition to the actual property. Then banks will see me as a risk from that point of view. Now, if I'm going to put the 40% down, someone looking for a 60% mortgage, they'll say, okay, that's easy enough. Away you go. You've got the money. You have some more. And you've just got to, when you're presenting to the bank, you've got to present them in a way that you tell them what they want to hear. Well, yeah, exactly. The problem with people who are getting mortgages to live on, to live in, you could buy a house to live, and the majority, it's not so much a problem. The problem is with the banks, is you are looking for a mortgage, and you tend to try and get something that is at the top of your price range, because you want to live in a nice place. So you end up looking for, say, an 85% mortgage. You've saved your 15%, you've saved your 20%, or whatever it is, and then you go to the mortgage, and then the banks are looking at, okay, we need to stress test this to see, okay, if the interest rates go up, can he afford that? Because you're already at the top of the top of you budgeted it at the top of your budget, then the bank is saying, well, you know, it's a risk we're not prepared to take. However, if you've got money in the bank and you're saying, look, I want a 60% mortgage, I'm going to put 40% in there, and you've got money set aside, the banks are not going to think twice. Money makes money. On top of that, if you've got equity in other areas, so you've got ETF investments, if you've got a insurance, for example, whole life insurance, you can borrow against that whole life insurance policy, and it's your money. It's not, you're not borrowing from the bank. So there's a number of different ways to actually raise money without having to go through the banks as well. Other people's money, as they say, OPM, trading with other people's money. It's one way of doing it. Well, that's what I would say is, don't trade with anything more than you're able to, you know, that you can afford to lose, sticky tocky. If you're thinking of getting into trading, most people do lose money. So if you're thinking about it on a monthly basis, you put, let's say you've got some savings that you're planning on going to, you know, Sri Lanka with this summer. Instead of going to Sri Lanka, you go to Magaluf, and then you put $5 grand into a brokerage account. if you lose that 5 grand, ask yourself a question: how long will it take me to recover that? Is that going to impact my standard of living? Am I going to still be able to pay the mortgage even though I've lost that 5k? If the answer to that is yes, I can still pay my bills and it's not impacting my standard of living in any way, it's just some spare money I had that I wanted to get working for me, by all means, you know, learn how to trade. Don't put money into a broker and then jump in. Learn how to trade first. Learn a strategy that works. Practice in a simulator. Practice with paper trading first until you show consistent level of gains, consistent level of profitability, and then move into a live account, but on small, you know, risking small amounts. Because no matter how much you practice in a simulator, paper trading, there's no substitute for actually having money on the line. The emotional element that gets to you. You know, I've got a strategy that works, and I teach that strategy, you know, every day to my students on the Day Trade with Tony course. But what I can't teach people is how to deal with the emotional element of being in a losing position when it's approaching your stop loss. Do you hold and watch it stop you out, or do you cut your losses right there and then it doesn't hit your stop loss and goes the other way? Or do you double down? All this kind of stuff that goes through your heads, and having the discipline to stick to your trade plan, which you should have before you actually enter the trade. Having the discipline to stick to your trade plan whilst you're in the trade, and sometimes having to make snap decisions in the trade itself. You can't. The only way you can do that is by practice. Oh yeah, I've been to Sri Lanka lots of times. Well, I say lots of times, 4 times now. I love Sri Lanka. I think it's absolutely brilliant place. Although I don't like Colombo. I like Sri Lanka, but I don't like Colombo. Colombo's a shithole. But the rest of Sri Lanka is lovely. Well, think about that, McSticky Tocky. For an extra 100 a week, if you were taking, let's say, Revlon here. Revlon, average price of Revlon today was like $5. So a $5 stock. If you've got $5,000 in, let's say you've got, not even that, let's say you've got $5,000 in your brokerage account, you're getting 4-to-1 leverage. You could get more than that. Some will give you more than that, but let's say you've got 4-to-1 leverage. So you've got $20,000 worth of buying power. So let's just say you take 1,000 shares of Revlon today, and it's moved up on this particular move here, where I got in 655, break of 650, and it moves up to 675. So it's gone up 20 cents. You've got 1,000 shares, you've made $200. I've been trading Revlon all day, so I will be doing a review of the trades for YouTube later. Yeah, as I tend to do, I do some trade reviews on YouTube. I'm probably not going to do them all because there's what seven different tickers. So I'll do a clean, what I did wrong, maybe CEAD, and definitely Revlon. But Revlon, I've 2 sides to that story because I went just over 5,000 in the red with it, and then 7,000 in the green with it. So I've had a 12,000, 13,000 swing on Revlon. So I'll have a look at if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, check that out later, and you'll get a notification. You'll get a notification when I post that. If you're looking to start off with 1K, then you commensurately, I don't know what broker you're going to be working with, but let's say it gives you get $4,000 worth of buying power, 4 times margin leverage on there. So interactive brokers might give you 4 times leverage on that, for example. So if you if you start off with 1,000 McSticky Tocky, you need to have your expectations lowered at the same time. So if you get 4,000 buying power, let's just say average cost of Revlon today would have been 5,000. So let's say you're getting at 5,000, sorry, at $5, you might get 500 shares. So you get 500 shares. You're not going to get 5,000. You're not going to get 1,000 shares because that would have been five. You might get 750 shares. But let's say you got 500 shares, and it moves 10 cents or 20 cents. If you can get 10 cents every day, then you can make good money. Trade zero 4 times, there you go. So if you can get 10 cents every day, you can make money. If that's all you take is 10 cents. With a small account, you don't want to be trading a lot. You might take 1, 2, maybe 3 trades at the most. And if you can get 10 cents on each trade, that's all you need. So if you go in for 1,000 shares, if you go in for 500 shares and you get 10 cents, that's $50. If you go in for 1,000 shares and you get 10 cents, that's $100. But it's not about being greedy. It's at the beginning, you start off slow and you get the compounding effect of it. Because if you do $50, you get $50 of profit today. That means you've now got 1,050 tomorrow times 4. And then you do another 50. If you do 50 across the course of the day, that's 250 a week. So at the end of the week, you've got another 1,000 in buying power. So next week, you've actually, instead of 4,000 in buying power, you've got 5,000 in buying power, and it does add up. As long as you're patient and you don't get greedy, because what will happen is the markets will turn against you, and you'll have that red day when you're being the greediest. It's happened to me, and if you've not got the reserves in place, it's difficult to turn it around. So anyway, I'm going to you only lose 1,000. You'll get margin called. So what will happen is that you need a certain amount of equity. What will happen is if you put $4,000, if you put $1,000 into your account, you're not risking $4,000. You've got $4,000 worth of buying power. You're not risking $4,000, because if you can max buying power, what you're essentially saying is I'm buying $4,000 worth of Revlon. The only way you're going to lose $4,000 is if Revlon goes to zero. However, what you could do in that situation is if Revlon loses 25%, you've lost all your money. So that's how I would say it works that way. If you took 1,000 shares, or you can lose it 4 times quicker. Absolutely, that's a very valid point. So you can make it quicker, but you can also lose it quicker. But you don't. And this is the whole point about risk management, and this is something I go into depth with on the course, is about risk management and the different ways of managing risk. Is you want to make sure that you're only risking a certain amount, and you know how much you're risking every time you enter a trade. Now you might be setting yourself, okay, well, I'm only going to risk like 10 cents on this move. So if I'm getting in at $5, if it goes against me, I'm exiting if it hits 4.90. So I'm only risking 10 cents. What that means, if you're in for 1,000 shares, you're risking $100. If you're in for 10,000 shares, you're risking $1,000. You've got to be tight. You've got to be disciplined with your stop loss. If you're trading out of regular market hours, stop losses don't work. So you've got to have that mental stop loss as well. You've got to be very disciplined. And once you're in there, don't think, okay, well, I was right. It just needs a little bit more room to breathe. Stick to your plan. If you get in, plan your trade ahead of getting in there, and then trade the plan once you're in there. If it goes against you, it goes against you. So what? It means that you get stopped out. If it then turns around and starts proving you right, you can always re-enter and get back in. That's not a problem. But what I would say is that it can also continue to go against you. So you don't want to be holding back or averaging down from a losing position or anything like that. You manage your risk accordingly. Risk management is the single most important principle for profitable day trading. Get away from thinking about profits and thinking about protecting your equity. That's the best way of approaching it. Is not how much could I make with this trade, is I need to protect my equity whilst I'm in this trade. So that, and that's what you'll see when I'm trading here. You're watching me trading, you'll see me, I've got a target and I'll hit the target and I'll take half of my position off. Or I'll most of the way to my target and I'll take half my position off. And then I'll move my stop to break even. So now, even if it goes against me from that point, I'm still profitable on that trade. The first half of that trade is profitable for me. So that's something that that I do quite often. The problem with doing that is it plays havoc with my stats, because it then, if I'm saying I want 20 cents out of a position, and I might take half my position off at 14 cents, and I was risking 10 cents for the position, it screws up my 2-to-1 ratios that I was going for. Because if then it comes back against me and I get stopped out for break even, it looks like I was effectively making 7 cents on the whole position. I'm risking 10 cents, but that's not actually true. But as long as you know how to work that out when you're analysing your trades and analysing your success, that's you know. I find once I've got a bit of a cushion on a position, I can trade it a little bit more aggressively. I'm a little bit more confident trading it because I've got a cushion, and that's why I like to trade pre-market. Just get a little bit of a cushion. It can be a bit more risky, but I just get a little bit of a cushion as I enter the bell. I can be a bit more aggressive when we get the bigger swings. That's all. That's part of what I do anyway. So I've gone way over time, so I will let you enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. I'll be back at it tomorrow. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, nip across to the YouTube channel, subscribe. You'll get notification when I post some of the trade recaps. And I need all the subscribers I can get. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, 1 o'clock London or Dublin, and that's 8 AM East Coast or market time. Catch you later, guys. Have a good evening.